asked you to build me, Miss Deb. Honeybee said, baby, I'm about to get this brand deal, okay? I'm about to promote myself before you send me home. Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, #MovieBae. I am MovieBae, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a review, not a recap, but a review over Deb's House Season 1, Episode 5, entitled Two Little Fingers. They challenged for that. But before we get to it though, I would like for y'all to drop down and hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Because here on MovieBae, I do reviews, reactions, and commentary to movies and television. And if that is the type of content you like, you might as well stick around and hit that subscribe button. And if you find yourself enjoying my commentary along the way, don't be afraid to give me a thumbs up and or drop a comment down below. Let's pick up where we left off with Hot Chalk smacking her two little fingers across Honeybee's face. A lot of people, my mom included, was like, that was Rocky. I said, Mama, Rocky was on the other side. Everybody was worried and focused about Rocky, but Hot Chalk is the one that creeped up from the side. She didn't really even creep. She was really standing right in front of homegirl face and said, boop, right in her mouth. So after that, understandably so, Honeybee loses her S word. She trying to get around security. She's throwing chairs, but all the while, everybody's like, she's embarrassing herself. Miss Deb actually tells Honeybee, like, what is you tripping for? I told you dismissed. Oh my God. Ruthless. So while Honeybee and Electra are packing, Deb talks to the girls about why Honeybee and Electra were in the competition. She stated that if they were already big, do you think they would be in the house? And I'm like, y'all, my whole opinion on the thing, honestly, is if it was disclosed that these are two of my developing artists, I'm going to have them in here with y'all to see if they even have what it takes for me to continue working with them. If that information was disclosed from the beginning of the show, I feel like it wouldn't, first off, it definitely wouldn't have blown up like this. And secondly, some of the girls might have been more receptive to that. It also could have created a nice little conflict for a competition show. But instead, Deb brought these two girls in under secrecy, and she played favoritism to them just like she did in the last challenge. That is why these girls are mad at you. And Deb proceeds to tell the girls basically that you wouldn't be nothing without me. Okay, so she told Dank, I took a chance on you because you are big and you are still going after your dreams. Rock, I took a chance on you because who would really accept you with your record? I'm like, is this supposed to make them feel better? Because honestly, this is exactly the same reason why they mad at you. Deb, this is exactly the reason why they mad at you, because they thought you took a chance on them just to come up in this show and you already got people that you're working with and you keeping it a secret. I don't know, y'all. I want to know y'all personal opinion. I personally feel like if Electra and Honeybee were introduced separately outside of the cypher on episode 1 as Deb's developing artist that's in the competition as well, do y'all think that the girls would have been as mad as they are now just finding out about it 4 or 5 episodes later? Drop down in the comment section below. I don't think the girls would have been as mad if it was introduced on day 1. During this conversation, Miss Deb tells the girls, that they got to do better with handling their emotions. You can't yell at everybody you mad at or fight everybody that you mad at. If y'all can't handle this, then y'all ain't going to be able to handle the industry. Y'all see what I'm talking about? Y'all see what I'm talking about? Like the manipulating the words, devaluing their feelings. That's what Deb was doing in this moment. However, I absolutely agree. Just because you don't like what other people are saying or you can't verbally vocalize how you feel, that does not mean to start yelling, lashing out, and wanting to hit people. Grow up. Well, because of Hot Chalk putting her hands on Honeybee, regardless of whatever excuse she says she did it for, oh, I did it for you, Miss Deb. Oh, I did it for the girls, Miss Deb. You can't put your hands on people, so you gotta go home. And honestly, if there is a season 2, I'm pretty sure Hot Chalk is going to be back. Let's visit the other two girls that Miss Deb had to dismiss. So first is Electra. Electra is happy to be gone. Look at the smile, bitch. She happy to leave. She said this whole situation has actually motivated her to go harder. Now, Miss Deb's issue with Electra is she feels like Electra needs to do her research because she doesn't know who she is. And I'm thinking, how are you going to research to know who you are? Like, what? Research myself to know who I am? Like, what are you talking about, lady? And isn't Electra like 19, 20, 21? Did y'all know who y'all were at 19, 20, 21? Oh, okay, I'm just asking a general question. Now, my issue with Electra, though, is Electra feels like she got to be from the hood or a gangster rapper in order to be a rapper. And it's like, no, you don't. Who Camille ain't from the hood. Who Camille don't rap gangster rap. Okay, like, you rap about your life and your experiences. And sorry, y'all, my mic died. All right, but the people that will gravitate to you, it will be because that they have similar upbringing. Okay, the suburban kids need somebody to look up to too. Honey B was really in the room calling the police on Rocky and Hot Chalk. That is so funny to me. She was on the phone. She said, I do not feel safe. I need their names and information. Okay? Because I'm going to press charges. Y'all, Honey B started talking like a preacher whenever she's upset. This is not self-love, Miss Deb. I can't believe that you have them in your house, Miss Deb. I wanted you to build me, Miss Deb. Amen, hallelujah. May the church say amen. Honey B cracks me up. She is so dramatic, but that might really be her, y'all. On her Instagram, she talks like that. In her confessional, she talks like that. Whenever she gets passionate, she starts talking like this. It's so funny to me. It's so spoken word poetry. On a serious note, Honey B is upset with Miss Deb because if Miss Deb is preaching women empowerment, how is she going to let girls or women remain in the house that do not empower women by tearing them down verbally and putting their hands on them physically? I actually agree with Honey B because that is what Miss Deb is about. But at the same time, Miss Deb did send Hot Chalk home. I also agree with Miss Deb when she says that she has to allow these women to vent. However, I feel like you can vent in a respectful way. Now, this is the part that I disagree with, but at the same time, keep in mind, I don't and we don't know Honey B and Deb's, all their inner workings in their relationship. So, Deb says the problem with you and Electra is the fact that y'all have two loving parents. And Honey B said the same thing I said, like, okay, is that a problem? And Deb says, yeah, because y'all don't know how to deal with the hardships of life because y'all been sheltered and somewhat privileged. And I'm like, what? Maybe this is why Electra think that you got to be from the hood and be a gangster rapper in order to, like, have gone through things and to understand life. Like, that's stupid. That is a stupid ideology. Like, people in the suburbs go through things too. Not everybody has to get it out the mud in order to be humble, in order to be appreciative. I don't believe in that. I'm a person I'm from the suburbs, and I'm very much so humble, and I'm very so much appreciative, and I'm very much so a hustler. If I want something, I have to work to get it. I had to go to college, especially when I went back to college. I had to work 2 jobs. I had a car note. I had to pay my own rent because my mama and my daddy was like, we ain't helping you with that no more. You had your chance when you graduated high school. You dropped out. So now you got to do it on your own. So, like, just because you have loving parents, quote unquote, don't mean that you don't have to grind either. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that ideology. I really don't. I like how Miss Deb actually apologized to the remaining girls, stating that I let Electra and Honey B in this competition because I wanted to show them more to the industry than just going to the studio. But because it's been so much drama, we're going to the studio. Yep, we finally have a studio challenge. I know this is what everybody has been waiting for. So Miss Deb is going to put the girls in a studio with a producer, Mr. Janelle Knight. Now, she says that she wants the girls to write their own raps. She wants to hear them. However, she wants to give them the opportunity to work with a producer versus a beat maker. So y'all know a beat maker, they make the beat. Here you go. A producer will also be in the studio telling you how your cadence might need to be. If you are sounding bland, if you need to hype it up, you should put this word here, take this part out. That is a producer, okay? I like this challenge. But in true Deb House form, we don't get enough of this challenge. So initially in the studio, Mr. Knight plays beats, right? He gives Rocky her beat. Dank kind of jumps on it because she has like a melodic voice. And then so they end up rapping on the same beat. And then so in turn, Queen Izzy and Who Camille rap on the same beat. But then like later on or like the next day, now everybody got their own beat. I'm like, what? Is this a joint song or is it not, or is it individual song? So Mr. Macmillan, the owner of Source, his daughter is a songwriter, singer-songwriter, and she is also in the studio to help the girls with their pen. Now, Rocky is one of the people who's closed off to her because I feel like they all are except for Dank, honestly. But Rocky really was closed off because she was like, I write my own bars. And I'm like, that's fine, but maybe she could help you with a chorus or with a hook or something. You should still be open to just hearing what she has to say. And baby Macmillan, that's what I'm gonna call her, she told Izzy and Who Camille that y'all don't have to write about painful stuff. She said she just wants to hear about your story. So if the beat isn't giving pain, like, y'all don't have to talk about that. And I 100% agree. Because I'm like, everybody's story ain't Rocky's story, having a baby at 19 and being a single mom. And, like, everybody don't have that story. So you don't have to try to pull out the saddest thing that has ever happened to you and put it in a song. That's not the challenge. What I can say, though, is a lot of these girls can really benefit from a producer. I personally thought that Dank was offbeat, but Mr. Knight said that she did fine. So I was like, okay. But Izzy and Who Camille, Izzy sounded so flat and like this little talking introductory thing that she was trying to do. And he didn't like it, but she was like, you need to just trust the process. I was like, honestly, Izzy, out of everybody here, your bars are the weakest, in my personal opinion. And it could be because of your delivery. Listen to the professionals. Take the critique. Y'all don't know everything. That's why you're on this show. Tracy Morgan stops by the studio because they're filming in a house he used to own. I know, I bet y'all was like, Tracy Morgan? Yeah. But he gives the girls just some life advice, and he says that life is about chances and choices. You should put more thought and consideration into your choices. Now, I'm going to add on to that, Mr. Morgan. You should put more thought into your choices because they can mess up your chances. Boom, hot chop. I like that though, for real. Like, I'm gonna probably write that down somewhere because that was deep. Now that the girls have recorded their songs, the second part of this challenge is a performance, and everybody is going to be rocking Darucci fur during their challenge. And Deb lets the girls know that you might be able to become a brand ambassador for Darucci himself. So as the women are looking around the shop to figure out which fur best suits their persona, their rap persona, Dank is kind of running into some trouble. Now, earlier in the episode, Deb and Dank have a sit down, and Deb talks to Dank about how she wants her to set some goals for herself when it comes to losing weight, because honestly, in this industry, you are going to have to be smaller than what Dank is. Performances, you're going to have to stand up, walk around, perform. It's a lot of movement that goes on. And last episode, just because Dank was standing too long, pushing herself too hard, her knee and her ankle started to swell up. All right. Now, Dank said that she has had surgery before, but she really didn't want to have it again. But after talking to Ms. Deb, it might be something that she has to consider. So while in the store, Dank is having a hard time finding something that fits her. So all of the girls help her out, and she comes out with this coat on, and Rocky's like, you look like a boss, and Dank like, yeah, I feel like a boss. And then Deb is like, don't do that. Don't tell her that. You need to find a bigger size. Deb basically told her, Rocky, stop pumping that girl head up. She look a mess. You need a bigger size. So Dank lets Miss Deb know, I already asked. They said this is the biggest size that they have. So Deb is like, well, ask them if they can make you a bigger size. How long does it take to make a bigger size? Like, she's commanding, Dank to ask these questions. And sometimes it's not about what you saying, Deb, but it's how you say it. Dank is already frustrated. She's tired. She's pushing herself to her limit. And I'm pretty sure this is a problem that she encounters in her day-to-day life. So she starts to raise her voice an octave and cry a little bit. And this is when Deb is like, what you're not about to do is embarrass me in my friend's store. Maybe this ain't for you. You talking about her embarrassing you in your friend's store. You shouldn't have let her walk in with this bonnet on her head then, if that's the case. Yup. Yep, I'm one of them people. I'm very Monique when it comes to the bonnets. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I finally got the next week on Deb's house, and it's the season finale. Episode 6 is the season finale, and I'm guessing this is probably when they're going to do their performance to the song that they created. What type of rushed... You know what? It is what it is. They should have left this project on the cutting room floor. This should have just been a pilot. Now we know what works. Now we know what doesn't. Hopefully, if they come back for a season 2, they do much better. Hire me, baby. I can look. Where do I apply? Where do I apply? Once again, thank y'all so much for tuning in. A couple of people inquired on my last video about me making my reviews longer. I don't have a problem with going live if y'all want to do like a live review and we can talk about it, but that's if the numbers are there, because I don't want to do a live if I'm talking to myself. I could just record the video on the phone. So if y'all want me to go live, we can go live next Saturday at noon. And we could talk about the entire season and, of course, the season finale. So if that's something y'all are interested in, make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all drop it down in the comment section. And then hit the notification bell so you could jump into the live if that's what we so choose to do. Once again, thank y'all so much for tuning in. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.